This chair is so squeaky, so I'm so sorry if you guys keep hearing the, well, you can't hear it now, but like, it's very squeaky. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Destiny. If you didn't already know, it's been a while, but like, let's cut the chit chats. I'm back on my reading grind all 2025, and I feel like I should give you my 4 to 5 star reads of last year, and they're fantasy romance, because y'all already know I'm a fantasy romance crackhead. No one can ever get me out of my fantasy romance era, grind phase. Like, I don't know, you just can't rip that genre out my hands. I'm here to give you guys my 4 to 5 star reads of 2024 that are fantasy romance. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Okay, let's bring it on. Now, just to start, I did not read that many books this year. Before you click off this video, I was in a slump most of the year, but I did have bad books and I did have good books, so I still feel like I have an opinion on these books. I don't know. Let's start off like really light. So the first book that I really want to recommend you guys is Bride by Ali Hazelwood. Before you click off, just give me a second. I am not the best Ali Hazelwood fan. Like, I read The Love Hypothesis. I was like, oh, it's good. And then I read another book by her. I think it was something else. I'll put it on the screen. I did not like that book, or like, it was getting so much hype. Like, everyone was like, it's a 5-star book. Didn't like it. But Miss Ali Hazelwood, I don't know where you've been, but you need to dip your toes into fantasy romance again, because Bride ate up. And I don't know if it's because I'm missing Wattpad and that I just needed to scratch that werewolf mate itch. You know what I'm talking about? If you were on Wattpad back in those days and they had the werewolf mate, it just scratched that itch that I've been needing to scratch. And it's not that it read like Wattpad, but it just gave all the tropes, everything that I missed being on Wattpad, and they put it into a book form, so professionally edited and everything. So I don't really remember the premise of the book because I read this like at the beginning of the year. Oh, she's a vampire, right? She's a vampire princess or whatever, and it's like a marriage of convenience type of trope, and he is a werewolf. This book has lots of forced proximity. His people don't like her people don't like his people, but they're getting together to join forces to get allies or whatever. So a lot of it is basically them pretending to hate, not pretending, but they hate each other, but until they have this forced proximity, sleeping in the same room, she gets hurt. He's like, who did this to you? He is so jealous. Like, you don't understand. He is such a jealous man, and I just love that so much. If y'all know what The Knotting is, especially if you came from Wattpad or if you're a werewolf romance reader, The Knotting, pretty graphic, pretty descriptive. I thought I was never gonna read a book like that ever again because people don't write books about werewolves anymore. It's fine, I digress. I usually don't reread, but these books I will reread. Also, do we count rereads as reading a book again? Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, if you have a book goal of 50 books and you reread a book, does that count towards your goals? What I'm trying to say. Sorry, my bad. Anyways, Bride, I think I put it at 4 stars. Actually, let me check. I put it at 4 stars because obviously it still kind of reads like a contemporary romance, even though it's in a fantasy setting. It's Ali Hazelwood. What do you expect? If it was more of like an in-depth world building and all that stuff that fantasy romances or romanticies usually have, it probably would be a 5-star book. Anyways, next book. My first book of 2024 was Lady of Darkness. I stopped reading the book because I got in a slump. I'm on book 3 right now, but I need you guys to hold on. The first book and the second book, I read them back to back. 8 up. After I read the second book, that's what got me to a slump, and that's what like slowed down my whole year of reading, because I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. And then I would be like, okay, let me branch off to read other different types of books or whatever, and then I'm like, I just can't catch that high I was on when I was reading Lady of Darkness. The best way I could describe this book is like Throne of Glass, but a little bit better, a little bit more, I don't know. So if you liked Throne of Glass, if you ate it up, if you loved those books, you're gonna love Lady of Darkness. I'm sorry, Lady of Darkness, like they have very similar themes. So if you're trying to chase that same Throne of Glass high, but in a different book with different characters and like all that stuff, Lady of Darkness got you. And for the people that didn't read Throne of Glass, I suck at explaining books. It's literally about a girl named Scarlet. She's an orphan raised by a guild, an assassin's guild, and is like literally groomed and like manipulated by her mentor. Blah blah blah. This is more of like a trainer times trainee romance. I'm reading the 3rd book right now, like as we speak. I think I'm like 20% through the 3rd book. Like, I was gonna leave the best for last, but I think I actually want to just talk about it right now because I have so much to say about it. I need you guys to trust me. I'm gonna say this right now. I need you guys to trust me. The best book I've read in 2024 is a fan fiction. Please wait. Please do not click off the video. I know you guys are very skeptical. I understand. But this book read like a real published book. It was so good. The attention to detail, the themes, it was amazing. And I'm only saying this because I know a lot of people do not like fan fiction. Bro, the best book I read in 2024 that had me screaming, crying, throwing up, could not sleep for days, and if I did sleep, all I would think about is that book, Manacled. Oh my gosh. Manacled. Oh my gosh, that book. Oh, that book was almost 1,000 pages. Did I read that in 2 days? I did read that in 2 days. It was insane. It's a Harry Potter fan fiction, but it's a Hermione romance with Draco Malfoy and Hermione Granger. What? Those two people that people really don't like together are together? And Draco has like a little soft side, and he's like really cute, and he's like really sweet. Well, he loves his family so much, and he will sacrifice anything to save Hermione. He will sacrifice his own life. He sacrificed so much. He literally, oh, I'm thinking about it right now, and I don't even think I could talk about it without spoiling. Oh my gosh, of Harry Potter. I didn't really watch the movie, so I'm not really sure what happened at the end of Harry Potter, but I don't remember. It's post-war or during the war. I think it's during the war. What is the guy's name? The evil guy's name? I forgot. So during that time, you know, the good people are fighting the bad, the light fighting the dark. Hermione is like, what? We need dark magic to win this war. Harry Potter's like, we cannot win a war using dark magic. That is horrible. Hermione's like, bet, screw it. I'm gonna go to the other side. Am I spoiling? Okay, let me stop. Let me slow down. They end up working together, and it's a lot of forced proximity. It's a lot of lonely nights, and it's so cute. It's very dark. I swear, if you're under the age of like 20, I wouldn't even say 18, like 20, oh my gosh, you shouldn't be reading it. Like, it's so hard unless you're really into mature themes, like you really want to read that stuff. It's dark. There's a lot of raping and assault. I'm not even trying to get very excited about this stuff because those are all bad, but the story of it is really good. How do I even explain it to you guys? How do I explain this book to you guys? Like, I just don't understand. You have to read it for yourself or go on TikTok and look at the edits. The edits are the only thing that pushed me to read this book because I was so scared. My last book that I read that I really enjoyed is the second book to the Plated Prisoner series by Raven Kennedy. The first book is called, okay, it's the third book that is my favorite book in the series. There's Guild, Gleam. Guild was like 4 stars. Guild was 4 stars. Third book, 5 stars. The book is a very starter fantasy read. If you're not into fantasy romance, like let's say you read a lot of contemporary romance or just any other genre in general, and you want to get into fantasy romance, I 100% feel like you should read the Plated Prisoner series. Also has dark themes about manipulation and assault and all that stuff. It is super good, and it's basically this girl who, I think her name's Oren, I forgot. She's literally made of gold, and she is basically the king's golden girl. This is also like a King Midas retelling. Ask me what that is. I don't know historical stuff like that, but he flaunts her everywhere, even though he has like other girls he sleeps with or whatever, but like he doesn't let anyone touch her. She's been in a cage all her life for like 10 years because he won't let anyone touch her. He's very protective of his possession. Weirdo. She's been very isolated. The writing in the book is very like, it's a good written book, but it's also there's some things that the main girl will say that's kind of like childlike or like teenager like, but that's only because she's been in a cage all her life. So you have to really understand that she has no interaction with the outside world really. And it's kind of like Tangled, like Rapunzel type of thing. Like, she does not leave that tower. Like, it's insane. Her vocabulary is going to be a little bit less. Now, I'm very scared to read the 4th book because lots of stuff went down in Gleam, and I really have like theories about how the book is going to turn, and I don't know. I am very easily swayed by people's opinions. You could tell me that you did not like the book, and I'll be like, wait, why do we not like this book? Oh, I don't like this book either, even though I didn't read it. Like, it's really bad, and I'm trying to change that 2025. Like, I really want to give books a chance. However, they said that she gets really annoying in the fourth book, so I'll come back with a TikTok or follow me on Goodreads or Storygraph to see my review on that, because I don't know. Now we have our honorable mentions. I did not read them this year. I read them in like 2022 or 2023. I forgot. I need to mention these books. If you want to get into fantasy romance, first book you need to read is the Book of Azrael. My top book I've ever read in all the 3 years I've gotten back into reading. Female rage. I love female rage. I love female rage, and she does it so well. It's a lot of enemies to lovers, and they love hard. They really love hard. Back to enemies. How does that make sense? How do you go from enemies to lovers to, oh my gosh, like, I love you so much, I'm gonna break the world for you? to enemies again? How bad? Do you understand? Do you understand? I can't sleep at night. Like I eat, sleep, breathe the book of Azrael. I really don't know how to explain books. Like just read just search it up on TikTok. The second book that I need you guys to read is The Witch Collector. This is the book right here, The Witch Collector, City of Ruin, The Wolf and the Witch. It's like witch times witch hunter. He's a witch hunter. He's supposed to like gather all the witches and basically take them to this other king or whatever, and they're supposed to work for him. The female main character, she sacrificed herself to go, because the witch hunter was going to take someone else, and then she ended up saying, you take me instead, because she wanted to find her sister. Her sister was taken like 2 years ago or whatever. She's on a mission to go find her. Whole time, the witch collector and the witch, they get it on. They have a great time on their journey from the girl's home all the way to the next kingdom. Now, mind you, this is like one of the best books I've read. One of the main reasons because the main character is mute. Sorry, I don't even think I'm supposed to be using the word mute. I don't think that's the correct term the author wants us to say. She just doesn't talk. She doesn't have the ability to talk, I believe. Like, I don't think she was born with the ability to talk. I forgot. But she uses sign language. I think that's just amazing. Like, imagine like a strong female main character who finds love and all that stuff and is going through trials and tribulations to save her sister, and her only form of communication is to use sign language. That's lovely. Like that, I think that's beautiful. And then the fact that her lover knows sign language somehow. I mean, I know how he knows sign language, but that is the plot twist that y'all need to, you know, read the book for. So many plot twists. Like, when I tell you, you will have whiplash. That's it for this video. I'm trying to get back on my Zoom with Booktube or just like regular videos, because your girl needs somebody to talk to. I talk to my book club, my Discord and all that stuff, but I kind of just want to yap to a camera. If you really like fantasy romance like I do, like you're crazy about fantasy romance, you're in the right spot, because this is all I read. So if you like that, subscribe below so you guys never miss a video. Every time you get on YouTube, you're gonna see my big fat face on your YouTube screen. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.